Good afternoon, everybody. This is Matthew Markham with Mentoring Partners of Cincinnati. I'm excited, and I hope you are, that we're pressing into another season of mentoring. In fact, this may be your first season in the program, and I just wanted to share with you my thanks for the investment you're making in the life of a teen and their family, and just inspiring their future. And it's not an easy thing. It takes your time, and it is a stressful thing to start a relationship with a teenager. We don't all often feel adequate for the call. And so today I just want to talk to you a little bit about the process of getting started this season. You've likely already had an activity with your student, had your first conversation one-to-one, and I just wanted to further support you as you press into that. And so one of the biggest things as we start the season together is establishing the right type of communication with the student and their parent. And so often what you'll do is you'll be texting them and silence. You'll send another text, silence. Maybe you leave a voicemail, nothing. And I just want to remind you, these are busy students with busy families, and there's a reason as mentors you're the assertive communicator, because you literally do have to kind of jump up and down and wave your arms in the air, so to speak, to often get in front of the family and the student. And so if you have too much trouble in the first week of each month having a conversation and getting your activity scheduled for the month with your student, reach out to your coach, which would be Ann or myself, and we will be a squeaky wheel as well. We want to make sure that we overcome that barrier of getting communication started, so that you can not feel stressed in trying to spend time together and build that relationship. The second thing I wanted to just restate, which I probably mentioned when we initially met, is that we are wanting to make sure that when you go to pick up your student each month for your activity, that as a protocol, we'd love for you to step in the door or bump into their parent, however you may be able to have a 5 to 7 minute conversation just about whatever. It's just to build that relationship and that rapport with their parent, so that we don't just have that initial meeting and then 9 months go by and they really don't have an ongoing relationship with you. So it doesn't have to be anything profound. We just want to make sure that you're touching base with the parent in face when possible on your way out for activities. And it's just a really good way to make sure there's no other barriers that come into play. Lastly, I just want to affirm you in one other way, and the reason I want to do that is because even myself, who's have my own teenagers, who has mentored in the past, I feel inadequate. Even in my second year with my student, I often I'll get together with him, and I'm like, he's better than me at ping pong when we play. He's better looking than me. He knows the culture, and I'm probably a couple decades behind. But the reality is, your presence, your transparency, your enduring relationship is what matters the most. You don't have to be the coolest mentor, but you do have to be present, and you do have to be intentional, and through the course of time, set the bar for transparency. And that enduring relationship will open up the layers of the life of your student and the real things they're going through. And so trust the process, communicate persistently, interact with their parent, and just believe that you're enough, and that the imperfect person that you are is the perfect person to be a friend and a mentor in this really important stage of your student's life. So I want to thank you for just spending almost 5 minutes with me today, and remind you, myself as a coach, or if Ann is your coach, please reach out to us anytime, and we will do our best to meet any need that you may have, big or small. No bad questions. Have a wonderful day, everybody.